And it's Monday, y'all. And I hope everybody had a great weekend and a great Christmas. I know I did. Me and the family had a really good Christmas. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like, subscribe, looking for those followers. But we got to talk about my main man, Jersey Fred. Jersey Fred is now in. There he is in San Diego. I lost you there for a minute. You're having some phone issues. Does your phone not work in warm weather?
I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know if it's maybe we're too far away from each other. So the texts are taking a little longer to get there.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure what's going on. But yes, I have been having a little issues with the phone, but like the weather makes up for it.
It does. Obviously, now we can kind of see in the background there that it's like very sunny, looks beautiful. It's sideways snowing here right now, so it's terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be 71 today. It'll be 79 tomorrow. So tomorrow's probably a beach day.
I'm going to hate doing this podcast with you on Mondays until like April, May, late May.
Yeah. June,
so I was going to say. Look at the background every time.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to switch it up because like I'm scoping out the place for places to sit.
Well, I would say look, I saw a video of the new place. I'm thinking that outside fake greenery out there.
Yes. I was going to look out there to set, like, I got to scope the place out. Maybe by the pool, maybe next poolside, what might be next week. So
hilarious. You just in the pool doing the pod.
Or just maybe poolside.
I gotcha. Yeah. All right, well, let's get started because we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, Fred being in there. Fred's brought to us by Comfort Plus Heating and Cooling. Those of you, in fact, I just sent out a referral to somebody who needed a hot water tank. I'm sending Chris Trainoff over there right now. So if you guys have any HVAC questions, it's cold, give Chris a call. Him and the boys will come out there, take care of you. Hit him with the It's Monday, y'all discount. He doesn't know about it yet, but we'll hit him with it and see what he says. Make him balk, make him think on his toes like a salesman. But first and foremost, I mean, obviously, Christmas Day in Detroit, it was canceled and then ruined. So Christmas was canceled, then ruined, thanks to the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. I don't know, Fred, obviously the podcast got a lot of views last week. We had a lot of activity prior to Christmas on my take on Jared Goff. And the take on Jared Goff was, his inability to make plays with his feet is costing us. So I think we need to make a decision as the Lions on what we're going to do going forward, right? Like, I'm not going to say what Fred thinks I'm going to say. Because I don't know if next year's our year. But I do know that things have to change. And what that is, I don't know. If we're going to commit to the Jared Goff situation, we have to understand that in 2026, he's got a $70 million cap hit that's going to take place. And it's like, do we restructure that? Because I think wholeheartedly, if he's all in on this team, a restructure is needed. So that we can if we're going to keep Jared, we have to shore up this offensive line better, and something has to change, and we need to make a big splash on defense too. The last thing I want to see is the Lions front office come to us and say, just like they did at the trade deadline, and be like, "We're fine, like we're good. We just had injuries, and we'll be okay." From an outside perspective, Fred, how much I got hammered. You followed the comments. He doesn't know shit. He's never played ball. And we have an amazing production staff here on It's Monday, y'all. So those clips sometimes lose context, right? And that comment about Jared Goff was coming off of his comment talking about he was pissed at the fans for not having faith. And that's why I was upset about the whole thing. Like, yeah, we have every right to have no faith. And look where we're at right now. Fred, I know you're a Jared guy, and you've said it from day one. You like Jared Goff. Do you think that the Lions should stay with Jared, or what are the options at this point? What do you think the Lions should do?
Well, I mean, the one thing is, to give Jared Goff some props, I mean, he's top 3 in yards and touchdowns, completion percentage, I mean, those numbers don't lie. So that's one positive. I understand the elusiveness or lack thereof. And I made that comment before the NFL season even started. Not about Jared Goff, just about the day of the drop back passer pocket guy is over with. Let's be honest. It's gone. So the elusiveness that he needs, I mean, like you said, if you're gonna stick with him, then you have to make him the pocket passer of the past, right? So whatever that means, offensive line ish, or whatever you have to do with that. I don't know. Like, if you say, like, on one hand, like, he's not the guy, right? There's not too many Josh Allens or Patrick Mahomes out there, I mean, to be stuck with a Jared Goff, it's not the end of the world. Is he number 9? No. I mean, he's just not, but when you look at, what you got in return for number 9, you wouldn't be in the position you are anyway without
100%.
I mean, I think a lot of people, even in the comments and stuff, it's like they think it was like a 1-for-1 trade. It had nothing to do with Goff versus number 9. Like the pieces you got with that, I think, outweigh the number 9 situation. Now, would I take number 9 without those draft picks? Yeah, I still would.
Right.
That's but I don't think they're in trouble. I mean, I don't know. Like, my question to you is, I guess, is the window closing? I mean, that division is not getting easier; it's getting harder. So it's not a great time look right now with Lions trending down and everyone else trending up in the North.
And I'll even say Minnesota kind of too, with the defense and a healthy JJ McCarthy. Maybe, I don't know. Like,
I mean, I think it's, like I said, it's probably a scary situation for fans and such, because, like I said, everyone's trending up. Like, Jordan Love's not even healthy.
But look at Malik Willis.
And he's doing.
I said that the Lions should have drafted him a couple years ago, by the way.
Yeah, no, I loved Malik Willis. Kenny Pickett year with Ritter and Malik Willis. All right, so let me ask you this right now. Moving into next year, would you take Dan Campbell and Goff? Would you swap them for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams?
No, I wouldn't. Number one, I'm all in on Dan Campbell. I still have him. Never talked bad. Well, maybe at the beginning I did. I was a little apprehensive. I'm still in on Dan Campbell. I would take, and this kind of contradicts what I was saying, because let me ask this. Do you consider Caleb Williams a running quarterback, or is he a mobile quarterback? And that's the difference between where I think people are losing where I'm saying, like, when I say a mobile quarterback, I'm saying somebody that can make plays with his feet, but not necessarily your, like, all out Lamar Jackson type running quarterback. I'm looking at these stats of these QBs who are now 6'5", 240, 6'5", 230, where Jared Goff's like 6'4", 216, right? So no, because of Jared's accuracy, I still will take Jared. I don't think that Caleb has proven himself quite yet, though he's had a remarkable season. I'll give him that. But I feel that this team has gotten very lucky this entire season. So I think that we're a little smoke and mirrors on Caleb Williams right now. That's why I won't take him over Jared. The best part of Jared Goff is his accuracy. There's nobody in this league that is more accurate than Jared Goff. What I want to see is a perfect example, and I have the clip saved, and I probably am going to make a video about it later. But do you recall last night's game, the San Francisco Bears game, and Brock Purdy made a play. He was about 12 yards out, 15 yards out. He scrambles, cuts two defenders, and throws the ball right at and they score a touchdown. I believe that made it 28. I'm thinking off the top of my head, but he had a really good elusiveness run. He wasn't like he was running for his life. He was just running to make plays, and that's where I think we're missing that piece in Jared Goff. So no, I'm not sold on Caleb Williams yet. And the reason why they lost that game, Caleb had a guy wide open 3 times at the end of that game and could have won that game. He's not there yet. And I think Ben is used to Jared's accuracy. And that's where, I know this sounds crazy with the record they have. I think that's where they're missing. I think their defense is number one and their running game is really solid, which is helping Chicago stay in there. But no, I would not trade Dan Campbell. I'm all in on Dan Campbell. But I'm not sold. What's that?
It would be a package deal.
Package deal, then that's a no. It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
Okay.
I do think, and that leads me into this, Fred. We're talking about here. Let me digress a little bit. So we have 20 free agents coming up this year, okay, for the Lions. And the key ones that I think we need to look at are Anzalone, Khalif Raymond, Amik Robinson, Mohammed, and I think that Aleen McNeil could be a possible good trade, somebody to trade him to. I don't think we re-sign or we don't. Aleen has a contract, but I think he's a good one. But now we're thinking about, I think we need a new offensive coordinator. I think that's where the problem is. And here's my thought, Fred, and let me know what you think. Here's who I have on the hot seat right now as far as coaches. Obviously, Pete Carroll, Mike McDaniel, Kevin Stefanski, and Zach Taylor. Those are the top 4 that I'm having. Is a Mike McDaniel option to come to Detroit and play offensive or be an offensive coordinator here? I kind of think he would be. Or did Quinn Ewers just save Mike McDaniel's job?
Well, that didn't help. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's all hit or miss with. I mean, I guess you only know how good a guy is when he leaves.
Ben Johnson.
Kind of, yeah. I think a lot of people get excited about a specific name and stuff like that, and then nothing pans out, and you're like, oh well, the system wasn't right for him. So it's it's just I don't know. It's just I mean, do they need a new offensive coordinator? I don't know, man. I don't know what their plans are. Like you said, are you gonna shore up the offensive line so he can be more of a pocket guy? Then I mean, maybe you don't need a new offensive coordinator. It doesn't seem like they have too much trouble scoring points.
I mean, the Minnesota game we did, and it's obviously played a little bit better in the Steelers game.
You could pick and choose some spots where they don't score 20 to 30 points, but they threw a 50 on the board this year. I mean, it doesn't seem like their offense needs. It seems like they have a dangerous offense. Me watching as a Steeler fan, I mean, I thought they were going to score every time they had the ball. So
right.
I don't think it was that was the problem. I don't know. I know they have a banged up defense. It'll be interesting to see, a healthy defense. I mean,
but that's what we said last year. It'd be interesting to see a healthy defense with Aiden Hutchinson healthy and blah, 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 blah. Again, it's getting into that, next year's our year type thing. At what point is it do we wash our hands with some of these guys and bring in more depth, or that's where the frustration part is. And, look, we're here screwing around on a Monday talking about football, but the guys in the front office are if they don't make these moves, they're going to lose a job. right? And if something doesn't change next year, some heads are going to roll. That's for sure.
I mean, as a franchise, they're definitely trending back downward. But if you look at where Kansas City is, they're 8-8, and I mean, I don't think anybody's going crazy over there now because of what they did in the last 5 to 10 years. Yeah, I get it, but
they get a pass.
Yeah, so like if you're going to take the franchise as a whole, I would be scared, just because they're trending down. The conference is getting harder. The division is getting harder. I mean, like, dude, like teams like Seattle coming out and like the whole division it's getting harder to get there now. I feel like, I don't know, but
that Seattle division is tough.
That's crazy to me.
It is. I mean, you have 3 teams with 12 between 11 and 12 wins.
Have 13 wins. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you have the Seahawks, you have the Rams, and now the Niners.
Yeah, and the Niners beat the Seahawks this week. They get the 1 seed.
Right, which is going to be a huge game. Last night's game was awesome. Last night's game was a great game.
Yeah.
The team that I wanted to win won, for obvious reasons. I think Caleb had an opportunity to win the game, and he couldn't put it together. I mean, if you watch, it's easier to come back and look at clips. That's what I got hammered for, like, to second guess it. But he had a lot of guys wide open, right? And the plays were there. He just couldn't make it. And that was a 49ers team without a George Kittle too, right? So that makes a big difference for them. And I understand they were missing some. Romeo Odunze was out, and could possibly be out against us. Which, in true Lions fashion, we're going to beat the Bears. We will beat the Bears in Week 18, and it'll be like, oh, we're good. We'll see you next year. You know what I mean? Like, true fashion, we end up winning that game. That's a game the Lions win.
Yeah, I mean, we came across similar fucking. They call it the Tomlin special, like losing to Cleveland. I mean, wasn't surprising at all to anybody. That's a Steeler fan or like in Steeler Nation.
So I have a ton of questions for you about that, because obviously our communication was down this weekend, which made it tough. But I watching that game, one, I did hear a rumor that there are billboards going up in Pittsburgh because you guys got screwed.
No, we don't do that. That's like an I-75 downriver thing.
Okay.
We're not.
Did you see our billboard on the way to the airport?
I didn't. I wish I did.
I don't know where it is.
It's on 69 or 23 maybe.
Oh, west side.
696. I mean, they're all over. I'm sure there's new ones today.
So there's not going to be one because you got screwed yesterday in the pass interference call in the end zone?
Nah. And what? He had Gainwell wide open in the middle. I don't know why he was forcing the ball to MVS. I will say this about MVS. The dude gets like open, but he can never make a big catch. So like, I don't understand. Like I know maybe Rodgers has more confidence in him because they're buddies and they play together and stuff like that. But there's a lot of like, I just feel like him not being on the field all year with the Steelers system is showing when he has to be on the field. So like, it was cool him coming off the bench and stuff, but now that has to be like the one, let's say, or let's be honest. I don't think he's ready for that, and I don't mean as a professional. I just mean
as a cohesiveness.
Yeah, it's like when you're the 6'7" guy, maybe, or the 5 guy, and then all of a sudden you jump into the 1 guy. I mean, there was a lot of things that I felt like were off, and I know he was trying to force the ball into him. The last play of the game, Gainwell's wide open in the middle, and he throws a fade and asks for and begs for like a pass interference. Was it pass interference? I don't know. It was close. He did get there a little early. It is what it is.
It is.
But to get yourself, they let up 10 points in the first quarter to Cleveland, and then didn't really let up any. I would have kicked. I would have punted and at the end of the game and not taking the chance on fourth and giving up the 3. Basically, they gave up 3 points. I would have just punted away and then
defense do their thing.
Whatever. I know, but I don't know. It's just it was a shitty game. Couldn't get in any rhythm or anything. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be a good quarterback. I said that when he was drafted.
I think he's showing some signs for sure. I
think that also, the Steelers end, they need to really figure things out too, because with Cleveland getting better, that division is really good. Again, a healthy Lamar and a healthy Burrow. Like, it just seems like they're never healthy at the same time, which is helpful for the Steelers.
Great for you, yeah.
It kind of benefited the Steelers a lot this year. But I think the Bengals with a healthy Burrow, and obviously the Ravens with, they're just really good teams, and they're better than the Steelers. Now, if Cleveland can just clean a couple things up and maybe start the whole year with Shedeur, I think they could be 500-ish.
Let me ask it. Do you see Cleveland coming out week 1 of next year with Shedeur as their quarterback?
I would. I don't know if they do that, dude. They still have Deshaun Watson on contract for 1 more year. So I don't know what's going on with that. That's terrible. But me personally, I would just go week 1 Shedeur. And they do have a couple other hurt guys. I think they're a decent little team. They have a good defense, but
great defense.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting next year because obviously, if any team is making a move at quarterback, it's the Steelers.
But the Cleveland has a lot to get rid of, right? Dylan Gabriel, are we done with him there? Could he possibly come to Detroit and be a backup for a couple years and sit underneath him? Let's do the Packers-ish thing where we bring a guy in for sit underneath Jared Goff for 2 years. There's also talks of could we trade for Burrow, give up a couple of first-round draft picks, throw in a Lee McNeil because he's not happy there.
Yeah, there will be some moves going on in the offseason. I would love to see Burrow get out of our division unless he comes to Pittsburgh. But
there's both of them. Both Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow are talks of being moved in the offseason.
Which would
if you were a Lions fan, would you take on either one of those over Jared Goff?
Easily, not even a question.
You would take Lamar over Jared?
I would take Lamar over Jared. I would take Burrow over Jared. But I would also
Jared all day long.
I would take Caleb Williams over Jared, 100%.
Yeah.
No.
And that would be a good opportunity, too, is throw some catch at him and bring him over.
I'm talking about Caleb Williams. I would take him over Jared Goff any day.
Okay. I wouldn't take it. Maybe it's a personal thing, but I can't.
It's probably a personal thing. I'm just more into the mobile guy. A guy, like you said, I'll take accuracy away from a guy who can escape a pocket. Because so many things can listen. Lamar Jackson doesn't have the best accuracy but
the argument is he hasn't really won anything either.
Well, true, but it has Goff.
No.
Okay, so
that's the thing.
It's we also have to. I think that, and maybe the Detroiters won't enjoy hearing this, but I'm gonna give you my take.
Always.
I think that we need to start to be realistic. I think we need to start. I'm talking as Detroit Lion fans. Okay. Be realistic. The ball, worry about winning a game. Worry about getting into the playoffs. the Super Bowl or bust thing is bullshit. I don't like it with any team. I mean, the only thing that you can say Super Bowl or bust or championship or bust with, maybe the Dodgers, just because of like going out and getting like a ton of
all that money, right?
Yeah, and getting some high profile dudes like at every position almost. Like I guess it's all in, right, for the Dodgers. I understand that. But like and people have been saying that about the Yankees for years, but they never did like really what the Dodgers are doing. With the caliber of players. Yankees do get high caliber, they just overpay. But okay, so back to the Lions. I just think that like back to reality, dude. Like you know, like the Lions have been relevant for 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's like, and I messaged you this once before. Like, let's stop acting like they have this storied past, like the Patriots with Brady. They're the Detroit Lions, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but you have to understand your expectations. Like, and I don't mean lower your expectations to be a 500 team, but like you need to be realistic and just say we will be happy with making the playoffs. Like you need to go back, right? Because I think they overachieved, which totally raised the bar. Like
the expectation was way too high going into last year.
But what happened is they still produced and had the best record in the league. Like, you know, like so it's like the expectation was high, but it looked like it was right at the right mark before the playoffs started. And then that happens, and now this, and it's like, okay, teams have a down year, like, you know, like that, it happens. You know, you could chalk it up.
I think the problem here in this city is like we've been bad for so long, and when we see kind of light at the end of the tunnel, the fear is, and we hear it all the time here, is that window going to close?
Yeah,
and it's like hurry up and figure out a way to win now, like now, like trade Jared Goff, bring in Joe Burrow, like we're all in. Next year's our year. Like we don't care about 3 years from now. We don't care about 4 years from now. We want to win now, right? And am I guilty of that? Absolutely. Because it comes to the point at age 46, like, am I going to see a Super Bowl win? Like my window is closing, Fred. Like that's what I'm like, you know what I mean? So it's like, and I look back, I was like, okay, well maybe Dax will see a Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, my window is closing, hence the reason I give the sense of urgency to the Lions. Like, will I ever see this? Right. And that's if I ever do, I will be like, I will die a happy man. I will die a happy man when this team wins a Super Bowl. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Is the window closing? I
think that I would be very happy for obviously family and friends that I have that are Lions fans. And also that I know they would ride that out for the rest of eternity anyway.
Yes.
So, which is fine.
All we need one.
Yes. But I don't know if nobody knows what's going to happen stuff. I mean, they have to get there, you know, they have to, I think like, that's what I mean about the expectation. I don't mean it just, you know, a Super Bowl or nothing, but like, win a playoff game. Like, you know, like next year's goal should be to
win your division,
get a wild card. No, see, that's the thing. No,
win the division.
No,
listen, it's not a wild card. It's win the division.
Win the division would be a nice stretch goal for the Lions, but ultimately, your goal is just to make the playoffs. Let's get back to reality. It's like the Seattle Mariners of the NFL. Like, you know, like. They make a run once in a while. Hey, it's cool and stuff, but they'll never go to the World Series, right? Like, you know, and this is what's going on. So, like, let's get back to reality, grind it out. Let's make the playoffs, and then we could obviously. Like I said, and I've said this a couple times. The whole novelty has worn off, right? You're already talking about creating a new novelty.
Yeah, no, like, the novelty has worn off. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
So it's like, you know, like that was pretty quick. That was 4 years. 4 years.
Yep.
Not that quick, but but yes, the novelty's over. We're now, like I said, back to grinding it out.
Yep.
Who cares what Dan Campbell's fucking Starbucks order is today? I don't give a fuck. Enough.
Yes, you do. If we win, you want to know what he's getting. You want to know what Starbucks he's going to. I'm positive
I want to know what he's getting when he loses. I want to know.
Nobody knows.
I want to know whose kneecaps got bit off.
Nobody knows.
Nobody's did. That's the thing. Nope. It's over. You had the guy with the pencil in his ear that lasted 2 years or whatever. Now you got Dan Campbell talking about biting people's kneecaps. It was cute. I admit it. I was like, cool. I'd like to have a beer with the guy. Do I think he'll win me a championship? Probably not. Would I hang out with him? Yeah.
For sure. For sure. I actually had I had to make the shirt myself because they didn't actually produce the shirt. Back in the Rod Marinelli days, I actually I made a shirt that said "In Rod We Trust."
Nice.
It never caught on. I never really received any royalties for that because obviously we went 0-16. I wish I still had the shirt so I could wear it on the pod, but that's where I'm at, man. Die hard.
Yeah, Detroit Rams.
Detroit Rams. Well, I do have a question for you, and then this again, this two-parter. Okay. One, were you surprised to find out that the Lion fan was a male? And two,
still not convinced.
Hold on. Let me finish my question. And did Ryan Kennedy ruin the Steelers' chances of going to the playoffs?
First of all, and yeah, I was a little surprised. I just thought it was a woman with a blue wig. Fine. Okay.
We heard you. Come to find out,
it was some dude wearing a blue wig, which is pretty cool. I don't think he ruined our chances. I don't think that DK Metcalf would have made a difference yesterday.
We will. Come on, Fred. Be realistic.
I'll be realistic.
You don't think he would have caught that ball in the end zone at the last play?
I don't know.
You don't think he would have been a bigger downfield threat than
we don't. I'm not going to give some dude in a blue wig that much credit. Number one. Also, to have a press conference is some clown ass bullshit. Why would you have to come out and have a press conference, hat on backwards, looking like a goofball? Mississippi type stuff. Right out of the Mississippi handbook. Now, and then he was saying stuff about animal abuse. The two things I don't ever say bad things or I have the soft spot with is racism and animal abuse. Dude, what are you talking about? Get the hell out of here. Go crawl under the fucking rock down river or wherever the hell you're at and fucking hide out, man. And now I want DK and he didn't say DK.
Little stab too, a little backdoor stab there.
Okay. So if you're going to keep trolling, why should DK come out and say anything to help death threats and stuff like that? Listen, I don't condone violence. And I don't even know if he's serious about his death threats. We don't know that. Right. The guy's a clown. I would love to have him on here. If you're out there, the lady with the blue wig who was yelling at DK Metcalf, hear me out. You had the press conference. Come on to the pod and let's talk about it.
Come on out. But the backwards hat and the folding table. If that doesn't scream professionalism, I don't know what does. As his attorney, you think maybe we'll get maybe we'll throw something down on this folding table. I
thought they were going to do Bill's Mafia and jump through it.
That would have made the press conference a little more publicity.
That would have been awesome. But yeah, that was silly. Now the DK Metcalf thing, losing 2 games, does it hurt? Yeah, but you don't know if he's going to get doubled. He probably would. I think that's one of the reasons why MVS was getting the ball thrown to him because they're not going to double him.
Right.
So, and I've watched every Steeler game this year. There were Steeler games where you didn't hear DK's name.
Right. 100%.
So like, we're not talking about like a Randy Moss, right? So I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to give some dude that much credit. I think that they should have beaten Cleveland. They couldn't really.
All right. Well, with that being said, obviously, Ravens Steelers Sunday Night Football. It's a huge game, biggest game of the season. I just literally, while I was waiting for you because of our time difference, your protege, Jersey Jerry,
Yes,
was on Part of My Take, and he says at this point he would not be upset if you guys lost. And I think the reason for that is something has to change. And back to your point is like, okay, if we make the playoffs, do we keep Tomlin? Do we stay with Rodgers? Like, you understand where Jersey Jerry's coming from, right, Jersey Fred?
The worst thing that could happen is we get a home playoff game and Rodgers wins one. And then the talks of he still has one more year, right? And it just delays us, getting the quarterback of the future. And the same shit happened. And I told you that we talked about this too. The last 2 years of Ben's career where he can barely throw the ball, couldn't move, squeaking into the playoffs. It's like, it was brutal. So, and then having a winning season with like a hurt Kenny Pickett and then they just throw him to the side. Now they bring Russ and Justin Fields, and it's like, well, trying to catch lightning in a bottle like Seattle Russ. It doesn't happen, but they still make the playoffs. Winning record. It's just like, it was terrible. That's terrible. And now it's like, oh, well, now we got Aaron Rodgers for 1 year. Okay, cool. Like I said to you, I thought it was going to give us 11-6, to be honest. Now, if they had beaten Cleveland, that would have been 10, and Ravens game means nothing. So I don't know. It's 10 or 11 wins. I get it. If they beat the Ravens, it's 10 wins. Everyone's going to be happy about that. But moving forward, I hope, obviously as a fan, I hope they go as far as they can go. But I also hope
do you think that if they make the playoffs, I'm not saying win the first game, if they make the playoffs, does that help or hurt you guys next year?
See, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I would rather make the playoffs and then see what happens next year. I don't think that they're all I don't know. I don't think that Rodgers is going to be around next year. And that's the feeling. That's the feeling I get. So that's the good vibe I get. Oh, he's going to try to go out on the white horse and this is his last hurrah kind of thing. Oh, he wins a playoff game and stuff. Cool. Great. That's cool, but I don't think Steeler Nation, I don't know really anyone that really wants that Rodgers back, to be honest. I think it was again, it's part of the novelty. The novelty of Tomlin was wearing off, and then they have a surge at the end of the season in Tomlin fashion to, have a winning record. And
does the Steelers part ways with Tomlin after the season, regardless of what happens in Week 18?
No.
You think he stays?
I think he stays for. I think he stays for the new quarterback, whomever that may be, and then leaves after a couple years. Kind of like how Bill did it.
Because they said Steelers they don't fire head coaches.
No, because Cowher stayed with Ben, but then left. He could have rode Ben's career out.
Well, easily.
Right?
Young. Yeah.
2004 draft, Ben wins 11 games in a row. Cowher leaves a couple years later. Now, to Cowher's credit, though, he did retire and never come back, right? Yeah. Which everyone thought he was coming back to football.
Cowher's name kind of been off in the weeds, but he's always been that name, like one of those names of coaches that always gets brought up every time. And that's kind of died down.
Yeah. I think it's gone. I don't think it's a possibility anymore. Like for a couple of years, he was going to go to the Giants. His two daughters went to Princeton. It was an automatic move. He's going to the Giants, this and that. And then he never came back, which, I mean, then I understand the whole thing of him, leaving when he felt he wanted to leave, not when.
Right. I think that Cowher was the past, and now it's Gruden. But I do think Gruden's going to get there. I think Gruden wants it more, wants to be a coach more than Cowher really wanted to be a coach again.
Gruden's like the new Cowher talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time there's a vacancy, it's like Gruden.
Right. I don't hate it. I don't hate that. I'd love to see him on the sideline somewhere. In fact, I wish he would have been in Michigan. Let me ask this question. I asked a couple weeks ago, who's the most disappointed franchise? And now the question I have to you, Fred, what fan base is the most surprised this year?
Seattle has to be pretty surprised.
Good one.
I would say that Jacksonville has to be a little surprised. I don't think the Pats are that surprised as a fan base. They knew they were going to be good. I don't know if they thought they were going to be this good.
No way did they think they were going to be this good.
Not yet. But
I'm with you, Fred. I'm with you in the Jacksonville. Jacksonville, depending on how they do in the playoffs, I think they're going to be in very Jacksonville fashion. I'm a little nervous about that. But I don't know. Obviously, Week 18, Seahawks-Niners game is going to be huge.
Huge.
I think that's going to make or break right there, because if Seattle gets the bye, I think they're going to make the run.
Yeah, and then, playing home through the playoffs is huge. Like, I think that would have definitely benefited Chicago as well. At Soldier Field. I think that, and I mentioned the Niners, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago. They finally started to get their shit together, I feel like.
They're clicking at the right time. And their injuries were at a key time, too, early in the season, which was huge for them. And they won games with backups. We talked about that.
Yeah, I feel like so. I mean, now when you're talking about surprise franchise and stuff, I guess you have to also talk about Coach of the Year. But I mean, does Vrabel get Coach of the Year? I don't know. There's a lot of good stories this year.
I think the guy. I think the guy in Jacksonville has to be talked about. Obviously, Ben Johnson has to be talked about. I hope he doesn't win that, but and obviously in Seattle too. I mean, all four of them are. If somebody said that was the one, I don't think anybody would be surprised.
No, and I think we're going to know a little bit more about that type of accolade after the playoffs. But I still think it's wide open. My predictions, maybe. I think I will still say that we will not see the Pats or the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
Okay. I got this on the notes. Do you still think the Pats will not make the Super Bowl?
No, I still think they won't. Yeah, I don't think the Broncos or the Pats. If I had to pick somebody, it's going to be the Bills.
Still?
Yeah.
Look, I'm all in, man. I want the Bills to win. I want it to be the Bills-Rams, and they would be Josh Allen versus Stafford in the Super Bowl would be awesome. But I don't understand. I don't understand what happened this week. I don't know how much faith I have in the Bills.
But it's been a crazy year as a whole, though. It's not even like one team. I mean, I guess people are surprised at Kansas City. I mean, I'm not that surprised after you watch the whole thing. It's not like everybody.
It was inevitable. right? It was inevitable.
Well, yeah. And I mean, there were some close games that they lost. They could still be in the mix, but I think it's time. But now, are they going to just disappear? No, absolutely not. Like they'll be in the playoff next year. That division's tough, though.
If Big Red comes back, Mahomes stays there, Kelsey's going to retire. I think they still have what they need. That's all they need. And they shore up that defense a little bit better, get them a little more help on offense.
They have a tough division. With the Broncos the Broncos and Chargers going up, is they always just ran through the division a lot.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't that much like competition in the past.
So you say Bills from the AFC. Who's your NFC team? Are you taking the Seahawks?
No, the Seahawks will not go. No way. The Seahawks have no chance in going to the Super Bowl. Okay. It's going to either be the Rams or the Niners. The Bears will not win a playoff game. Do
you promise me, Fred? Promise me that. Just say it. Say, Brad, I promise you.
I mean, unless they get linked up.
Fred, promise me.
If they get linked up with the Tampa, Carolina.
No, they're going to end up playing the Packers.
They're not winning a game.
They're going to end up playing the Packers. Because I have if the season was to end today, this is the matchup we have. Bills, Jags. So I can see the Bills winning that game. Texans, Pats.
What is it?
Texans, Pats.
Yeah, Texans. Roll them.
Steelers, Chargers.
Steelers at home.
Yeah.
They
Packers, Bears.
Got beat by the Chargers at home this year, kind of like easily, to be honest.
So that could be your first round exit. Packers, Bears at the Bears. Rams, Eagles, which would be a great matchup. And then 49ers, Panthers. Yeah. And that's giving the Seahawks the first round bye, and that's giving the Broncos the first round bye.
Yeah. So that can change too. But because
this is just if it was in today.
Because I see the Niners winning that Seahawks game, which makes them the one, which drops the Seahawks down to like 5.
Because the Rams will go over them.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, or no, to 6 then.
Yep.
Because the Rams would be 5, and the Seahawks would be 6.
Yep. And they would play the Eagles.
Yeah. So now, like, the Rams are playing that Carolina or Tampa.
Which I have ending now would be the Niners, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Week 18 is going to be interesting. Lions play at 4, Steelers play at night. But
the two Saturday games are great.
Saturday games.
Yeah, the Tampa game and the Niner game. So that's Saturday. And then Sunday night is, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks that we're in this position, but what are you going to do, dude?
Hey, you could be in worse positions. Just watching depressing football for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
College football playoffs. We got New Year's Day, 1 game. Then we have New Year's Eve, 1 game. Then New Year's Day is the remaining. Right. So you got Miami, Ohio State. Who do you think winning that one?
I think Ohio State beats up Miami, but beats them up.
Here's one. Alabama, Indiana.
I have Alabama in that game.
Okay. Oregon, Texas Tech.
I got Oregon.
Ole Miss, Georgia. Can Ole Miss get an upset?
I have Ole Miss in that game. I have Ole Miss in the championship against Oregon. We will see.
I would love
it. It would be very interesting, but I think the big game, the biggest. I think I'm big on Alabama this week. I mean next week.
Yeah. This week. No, and then of course, Michigan plays Texas. No.
Yeah. No one's watching.
We'll see what happens. All right, wrapping up. Did You probably haven't watched any movies because you have been moving. What are you wrapping up right now?
So I did watch the George Clooney movie.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
Jay something?
Yes. Did you like it?
I loved it. I'm a George Clooney guy.
Yeah, who's not?
Yeah. So yes, I did like it.
With Adam Sandler too, right?
Yes. Adam Sandler. I thought it was really good. I don't know if it's movie of the year type stuff, but yeah, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. Okay. Jay Kelly? No.
Yes. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah. Yep. So I did watch that. I haven't watched. We just finished The Beast in Me.
What'd you think?
I thought it was really good.
Me too. Big fan.
It was crazy. Crazy. It was crazy little show. We're moving on to the morning show because the last season of the morning show. Haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that last season to come out in its entirety. I can't do. Look, right now I have Landman week by week. I can't take another one.
Yeah, well, no, morning show's done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I waited. Yeah. I have to watch it. All right.
Yeah. So I'm waiting on Landman too. I'm not doing the week to week thing.
It's so good. I don't mind doing the week to week. In fact, I watched the one tonight from last night.
So now, what is there? 3 episodes or 4?
No, I think last night was episode 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a couple left of that. Have you seen any good movies though?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I'm stuck. I'm Homeland. I'm through season 4 of Homeland on Netflix, which used to be a Showtime. Which, speaking of The Beast in Me, Claire Danes is the star of that show. It's awesome. Edge of my seat. Awesome. We just finished season 4, had a great ending of season 4. So, but it's a big commitment, Fred. It's 8 seasons.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was that deep. I think my sister looks like a really good show though.
It is a good show. I think you'd like it a lot. And then I'm obviously halfway through season 5 of Mayor of Kingstown, which is amazing. And
I definitely have that on my list as well. But right now, I think we just finished yesterday. We just finished The Beast in Me. And
if I finish Homeland by the time we're on here next Monday, I got a problem. That means I got snowed in. I didn't go to Higgins Lake.
Which is a possibility.
Which is a possibility. If I get snowed in and don't go to Higgins Lake, I'll finish it for sure.
Okay. Now the Higgins Lake, it would be what, like a overnight? That's it?
Yeah, I'll go New Year's Day. I'm sorry, New Year's Eve, and then come home later New Year's Day.
Okay. Not terrible.
But if I don't go, then Sarah and I fully commit to, we'll get it done.
I'm more of a Torch Lake guy, but yeah, Higgins is good. It's a good safety lake.
All right, Fred. Enjoy the sunshine, my friend. It was great seeing you, and I will see you next week. Take care, y'all.